and a 2-0 win for your side. A difficult place to come. What did you make of your team's display?
Yeah, I thought we were excellent. I thought the context of the game, Aberdeen playing the first competitive game at home and on the back end of the cup final. So, but I thought we were with real good control and domination of the game. Scored 2 outstanding goals. Could have had more. And then in the moments we had to be strong, we showed strength and power and kept any efforts at goal to a minimum. So yeah, really pleased for the players.
Benjamin Ingram with his first goal and assist today. What do you make of his performance?
Yeah, excellently. I think he was man of the match, wasn't he? So yes, the reason we brought him, he's a player that can play as an 8, a 10. He can also play off the side. But his intuition is to get in the box and score goals, and that's what and why we've brought him in. First goal was great, how we worked it side to side and then penetrate through the middle with him making the run. Kieran shows what his quality is and beating someone and crossing, and Benji finishes it well. So I thought overall excellent. Second goal, we because they're tactically well set up, Aberdeen, so we had to entice them out a little bit. Our back four were very good at that, circulating it to then play through pressure, and that then resulted us in working the ball into space, and Rio finishes it so well. So yeah, we had other chances to add to the scoreline. The keeper makes a brilliant save in the middle of the box. So but overall, so pleased, and it's a really good start by the team.
Does that feel like a big victory today, given the fact that it's early in the season, building fitness, building a squad? Feel like a big statement going in?
Well, I think any time you come to Pittodrie, Celtic, Aberdeen, Celtic, it's always tough games. So any time you come to here, whatever stage of the season it's at, whether it's the end of last season when we were brilliant in the game, it's pre-cup final. So there's always a story around this type of game. But to come and play with that authority and personality in the game, that was pleasing.
You kept faith with Idah today. Do you feel for him a bit? Just in general, the music surrounding him?
Yeah, I think. Listen, there's no doubt we need to reinforce the top line. There's no doubt. I'm really pleased with where we're at structurally in defensive numbers. We've got a squad from our back line to midfield that can cope domestically and cope in the European competition. So I'm really pleased with that aspect. But I think we need competition at the top end of the field. So for Adam, he's a big honest boy. He was at his best here, but he was really challenging with Kyogo for the position, and that was something that is important, I think, for us to get. But in the meantime, he'll work hard, and he'll always be that reference for us.
What does he need? Just a goal?
Yeah, listen, you're a striker at Celtic. You have to be strong mentally. You've got to score goals, of course. But I've a lot of faith in him. But he really needs that real competition beside him, and I think that's where you then get the most out of him. So, but yeah, he didn't quite score today, but he worked very hard, and then. And he's given his all, and he'll get better as the season goes on.
You feel confident that'll come in before Thursday?
Sorry?
You feel confident that competition will come in before Thursday?
I really don't know at this point. I think for us, it's something that we know we need to do. But in the meantime, we'll work with the players that are here until our reinforcements arrive.
You made a great start at St Brendan with 2 wins. Do you think there'll be more competition from out with this season in terms of the league race?
Yeah, I think there will be. I think that we've started well. St Mirren are a good side, top 6 the last 3 seasons, and it's not easy to break down a team like that. So I think they'll be there. Hearts have got 1 game a week, so they'll be there, and they'll be looking to make an impact. David's done well at Hibs, so they'll be and invest it, and they'll be looking to be competitive. Aberdeen themselves will want to on the back end of winning a cup and obviously being in Europe. I think Jim Goodwin's done a brilliant job at Dundee United, in terms of how they switch a lot of his players about, and they'll be competitive. And then the guys coming up, we'll make it competitive as well. You know, Falkirk, Livingston, good managers, experienced managers. So yeah, I think it'll be competitive right the way through. But my only worry is for Celtic, and I want us to live in the very best possible place that we can be in, both domestically and in Europe. And I hope that that's what we can do by the end of August.
Exactly, a good place to stay with 6 points, and you're obviously still looking to strengthen the squad, so
Yeah.
it shows the quality you've got as it stands.
Yeah, listen, there'll always be a narrative around. You know, I'd heard something the other day about the 2 years. You don't play good football and don't play that. We've never played that in the last 2 years, so I think there's a number of people that really don't like me here at Celtic. But with me and looking at the team, I'm really happy to see how the players are, the current players that we have. 2 clean sheets, control a difficult game, showed a resilience last week to break through, and we're ticking along nicely. And as we know, what will make the football always smile that wee bit more and a bit more creative is level of player. So, but we hope we can do that, and then we'll be hopefully by the end of the month in a really good place.
Is it honest for you that there is more to come from these guys? They're going to get better. It is early doors.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think even for Kieran come back in. When Kieran played for me the first time I was here, we played a 3-box-3. So, and he was the highest fullback that was right up on the last line. And if you remember, Mikael Lustig was the one that stayed sort of behind in the 3 and the. So now he's coming into a sort of slightly different structure, playing a different corridor. So those connections will take a wee bit of time. Even Benji coming in, and we scored today and played really well. Those connections on that side of the pitch and other aspects. So yeah, they'll only improve. And the beauty is they have a real good attitude to want to improve, which is what you want.
I know we'll get lost, but Kieran's cross will get underestimated. I thought it was excellent.
Aye.
Brilliant setup.
Yeah, well, I think if you look at last week, that's what his super strength is. He's really good in that moment where 1v1, he's got really explosive speed, and his crossing ability is really good. We've seen it last week at St Mirren. He's putting some great balls into the box. We didn't quite get the goal, but yeah, he done well to come out for the second half. In all fairness, he was sick at half time, throwing up all over the changing room. So thankfully I wasn't in there at the time, but he's come out. We gave him 15 minutes or so, and then took him off. But he's top player, and he's only going to get fitter and stronger and better.
I see that Shin Yamada obviously showed his strength in your box, but how's he settling in? Are you glad to get involved?
Yeah. It's moments and games of when you can use them. So yeah, it was important. I wanted to see him in a game where there's something really on it, away from home, and seeing his physicality in the game. He's lots of things he needs to work on, but the guy's, he's got a good attitude and he wants to get better, and he'll feel coming into the game and feel that he was positive in his play.
Brendan, I know you've been asked a lot about players coming in as reinforcements, but Israel Hatate again just absolutely a superb finish. Are you confident you'll keep hold of all of these guys before the end of the window?
Try to get them in, never mind get them out. So no, listen, we haven't had anything for like Rio and that, but yeah, he's one of the few players in that midfield that can make those incisive passes, and he'll give the ball away at times, and that used to really frustrate me when I first started to work with him. But I know that's the risk he plays in his game. But he produced a moment like that, which is a brilliant finish, and he's done that up here before last year. So yeah, we want to build a squad, and like I said, there's lots of areas in it I'm pleased with, but of course there's other areas that we will focus on and hopefully improve.
Was it shooting Kieran? Was that a wee bug or dodgy curry or something?
I wouldn't have been a curry, no. I don't know what it. The outfit up here is very, very nice, and the Hilton and the airport there was brilliant. So I don't think it was that. Yeah, I'm not sure. A wee bug of some sort, maybe something that he's drank or whatever. But yeah, thankfully he's okay now.
Thank you.
Safe journey home, guys. Thanks.